Everybody, welcome back to Wealth Not Weight. I am your host, Joseph Coizza, and today we're talking resolutions. New Year's. So New Year's is both known for one being the New Year, as you would get from the name, and then two, resolutions. A lot of people like to make resolutions, but a lot of people also like to not stick to those resolutions. My most favorite common resolution that people don't like to stick to is I'm gonna get healthy this year. I'm gonna build budgets. Those are the two good ones that I like to hear, and I'm just like, are you really? Just announcing that to me, like, that's my resolution this year, is a really good way for it to not be a resolution, for you to actually probably make reverse progress. That's probably a good a bet I would take on that one. But I'm not a big fan of saying, well, for this new year, here's a resolution that I'm setting up. I'm not a big resolution person. I'm in favor of making changes immediately. I made a post on Instagram, and it was like showing the good factors of making a resolution. But this should just be good factors of making any change ever, really. If you want to make a change and it's December 27th, make the change on December 27th. Don't wait till the new year and be like, 12 o'clock, my resolution starts, woo! I'm going to be healthy. Well, guess what? December 27th on, you could be healthy. You don't have to wait till January 1st at 12 o'clock in the morning to be healthy. But we're going to talk about changes, and then which by proxy would be resolutions, and the important factors to go into having a good one. First up is they have to be specific. You have to have a clear outline, just like, I'm going to be healthy. The fuck does that tell me? What do you mean you're going to be healthy? Okay, I'm going to be healthy today. I'm going to be good. Really? I mean, what does that get across? So every time I see something like that, I'm healthy. I'm going to be better with money. How the fuck are you going to do that? What are you going to do to make that change? You have to be specific. I'm going to stop spending all my money on dumb shit that I don't need and save and invest for the future. That's specific. You could write that down, put that on a postcard, and mail it to your in-laws. I don't give a fuck what you do with it, but it's specific, okay? As long as you follow it and specific, that's all I care you do with it. Okay, but that's important. You have to be specific. You have to have a clear and detailed plan. I'm not saying you need to take 10 years and work out exactly every little motion you're going to do to, build a better body. But if you want to be healthier, what do you want to be healthier with? Do you want to change your diet? I'm going to go on a diet and focus on nutrition. Boom. I'm going to have a body that I wish to have by losing 100 pounds of fat. I'm going to build up muscle by working out and increasing my protein intake. I'm going to help my budget by not spending money on dumb shit that I don't need. That's an important one. That's one of my favorite ones. How do I get more money? Stop buying dumb shit you don't need. That's a great way to essentially make more money there. It's a penny saved is a penny earned. But you have to be specific. If you're going to do something, you have to be specific about it. What do you want to accomplish, and how are you going to do it? If you could put that in a good sentence, two-line sentence, great, fantastic. That's what you could do. You have to write it down. Not just be healthy, not just, make more money. I'm going to be healthy by doing this. I'm going to make more money by doing this. I want to be happier, and I'm going to be happier by achieving this. I want to travel more. I want to travel to X location. Here's how I'm going to do it. You have to be specific. Next up is it has to be measurable. How do you know you're making a change? How do you know you're making an improvement if you can't measure it? If you lose weight, you can measure that. You get on a scale and you find out, how much weight you lost. If you want to save money, the number in your bank account, the number in your savings account, the number of your investments, if it's going up, good chance you're saving more money. You're like, I want to spend less. Well, if at the end of the week you have more money in your wallet than you usually would, either you got more money or you're spending less. So, if you didn't get more money, it's kind of simple to understand that, oh, hey, guess what? I'm spending less. So, you have to be something measurable. You have to be something, quantifiable. There's your $1 million word for the day. It has to be something you can sit down and go, here's how it worked. I could track it. I could set it up. Here's, I want to be healthier and lose 110 pounds. Boom. Here's, in a month I lost, in a year I lost 110 pounds or whatever. I'm just giving it for instance. Here's, January, here's how much I lost. February, here's how much I lost. Here's what I ate. It has to be something you can measure, something you can set up. If it's not measurable, you can't track it. And if you can't track it, it's not a real goal. If you have happiness, you can measure happiness internally. If you say, I want to be happier this year, I want to do something and make a change, you can measure your own happiness. You can write down, in a journal the things that you did that day and whether it made you happy or not. How good your day was. You can measure that. So get creative with it. You just have to be able to measure it. And if you're like, well, I don't know if I can measure it, give it a shot. Give yourself a little example. Like I said, if I want to be happier or I want to, talk to more people. You know, you could easily quantify that. You can write down a conversation you could add, you could write down what you did, and you could track that and have it be a measurable thing. Get creative with it and make sure it's something that you could measure and track out. Otherwise, it's not a real goal. Next is you have to have a time limit. You just can't be like, this year I'm going to put forth effort into doing a thing. What does that tell me? I'm going to try to save some form of money. Okay, well, how, you know, I mean, one is not specific. Two, and what time period do you want? Why are you doing this? I want to go on a trip this year. In February, I want to go to a trip to Sicily, let's just say. Now you have a time limit. Now you have a time limit, you have a specific goal, and you have something measurable towards it. I want to save money and go to Sicily. Okay, you can track how much money you're saving and how much money you're not spending on dumb shit. And it's specific. You want to travel. You're going to do that by saving money, by not spending money on dumb shit you don't need. And with that money, you're going to go to Sicily. Boom. First three things checked off. You have to have a time limit, and you have to have it set up. Not just, in general, I kind of want to do something. You know what? I just want to go outside more. And then just, you know, December 31st, be like, no, my resolution for last year was to go outside. Let me go do that. Really? It has to be, I want to go do this, and I have to do it within this limited amount of time, because then it gets you moving. If I didn't have a time limit for these videos, I love making these videos, don't get me wrong, but there's a good chance I would also blow it off to do other things. I'm a huge procrastinator. In school, they fucking hated me for procrastination. Granted, you know, I get good grades, and I do essays last minute. I would do essays after they were due and end up turning them in and still getting good grades. But, you know, that's because my procrastinating ass, you know, somehow managed to work those things out. Because, you know, a luck, skill, whatever you want to call it, you know, divine intervention, however you want to consider that. But you have to have a time limit and something that sets up a deadline. Here's what I want to do. Here's how I'm going to accomplish it. Let me track it. Here's the deadline. If you don't have that deadline, it's just up in the air. And you just procrastinate and stop, and then it doesn't matter. And then you're not going anywhere. That's not getting done. If you don't have a set date, you're just like, I'll get around to it. And then it's not going to fucking happen. Then next, it's something you have to want to do. Not what your mom wants you to do, not what your significant other wants you to do, not what your sibling wants you to do, not what your boss wants you to do. It's something you have to do. And a lot of change in general, you know, there's some takes with things like relationships and communication with people. But in general, change, and especially when you're like, this is the biggest change I want to make this year, or this is the biggest change I want to make in my life currently, you know, ever. This is the thing that I want to do. It's something you want to do. Don't do it just because, oh, somebody wants me to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't fucking do it. You know, I understand, you know, people trying to get better, you know, if say a significant other, a husband, a wife, or whoever wants you to make a change, that's okay. But that doesn't have to be your resolution. That doesn't have to be the biggest change you ever made in your life. You know, it has to be something you want to do. It can't be like, your mom, I want you to go out and do this year. I want you to become a lawyer this year. I don't want to do that. So why the fuck am I making that change? You're not going to be motivated for it. You're not going to set up a specific. You're not going to follow through with deadlines. You're not going to measure it. You're not going to do it. Then why the fuck set it down and set yourself up for failure? It's not, you know, it's not good for you. You want to do homework probably back in high school, and did you do it? You know, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but a lot of people don't. If you want to do something and you're motivated and you're like, yes, this is it, I'm empowered, you're going to get it done. If you don't want to do it, it ain't going to get done. If you don't want to do it, don't make it a resolution, don't make it a change. You have to want to do it. You have to want to do it. And lastly is write it down. I'm not talking type it into a Google Doc. I'm not sitting there just like scribbling on a post-it and throw it in a drawer. I'm talking get a pad, get something, you know, have it sit down, get a pen, and be like, I want to change by doing this. There you go. Wow, look at that. I want to change by doing this. You have it in pen, you wrote it down. You know, maybe add a little smiley face. Have it set by February 3rd, 2020. Going into a new decade. Wow. I'm going to be 20 years old. Holy shit. But yeah, we're going into a new decade. And there you go. I want to do this. And then you rip it off. And what you're going to do is you would tape it. And then you would stick it to your fucking wall. And you wake up to that every morning. That's the kind of thing you need. You need, you know, something on a calendar. You need some form of motivation. You need to write it down, and you need to look at it every single day. I'm not saying you need to throw it in the drawer and be like, part of my morning routine is opening it up and looking at this piece of paper and then putting it back. It has to be something in your eye line. It has to be something, you know, if you get dressed in the morning, put a piece of paper in your mirror. You know, you look at yourself, or, you know, if you do makeup, if you do your hair, you know, anything. Put it somewhere you're going to see it. If, you know, you have to get your keys in the morning, guess what? Put it on top of your keys. Put it, you know, put the paper over your keys. There you go. Before you get to your keys, you have to see it. You're like, what is this? Oh, this is my paper. It says, I want to make a change. This is how I'm going to make said change by February 3rd, 2020. Okay, and it's in your mind. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's right. And you go out and you make that change. You're motivated. You want to do that change. You're like, this is the change I want to make. Here's how my progress is going. I have it specific. I got a time limit. I'm going to keep measuring myself. I'm going to keep working hard towards it because I love what I'm going to do. And I love how my life's going to turn out because I'm going to make that change. Otherwise, my life's going to be not as good, or I'm going to be, you know, less happy if I don't make this change. It's important to make change you're happy with. And you keep moving forward. And having it written down in pen, physically in your own handwriting. I understand I'm all digital too. But having it physically written down in your own handwriting will make it so much better. It'll dig into your mind, and it sets that little seed to grow into a big tree of progress and ideas, you know. If that's the metaphor you want to run with, I feel like that's a good explanation for it. It's a seed of progress, and it blossoms into a tree of happiness. There you go. You have to write it down physically in pen and look at it every day. So those are the big important steps. It has to be specific. It has to be something that you have a clear and detailed plan for, nothing general like, I want to be healthier. I want to be healthier by doing this. Here's how I'm going to accomplish this. And then you have to have it measurable. If it's not measurable, if it's not something you can quantify and say, yes, here's my progress, it ain't a real goal. If you can't track that progress and go, here's where I'm doing good, here's where I'm doing bad, here's where I need to make changes, here's how close I am to the goal, here's how far away from where I am when I started, it ain't measurable. And then it ain't a real goal. Then you have to have a time limit. Set a due date for yourself. If you go, I'll get this done eventually, guess what? It ain't going to happen. It's just not. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to put other things up, as a priority. As you did, that's why you're sitting down and making this change. And other things became a priority that you pushed this change off for. So now you're sitting down making this change, that way you could actually do it and improve your life. And obviously be happier. Which leads us into our next point, something you want to do. Something that's going to make your life better, something that you're going to be happier with, something that you're going to look back and goes, wow, I'm so fucking happy I did this. I'm so glad I did this. This improved my life infinitely better, you know, for years to come. I'm so happy I did this. I should have done this sooner. Holy shit. Not that I'm being pressured by my family to do this. I'm being pressured by my employer, by my school, whatever. I want to do this. This is a change I want to make. I'm going to do it. And then lastly, write it down. Write it down in pen. There you go. You have your goal, and put it somewhere you're going to see it and look at it every day. And if you do all these steps, you'll be well on your way to making a change that you want in your life. I know personally, my thing was to write a book. I wanted to, you know, improve myself in a career aspect. I wanted to help people. I wanted to find what I wanted to do with my life. And I wanted to make a change. Going back to school, I knew wasn't for me. So I made that change, and I knew that. I wanted to progress myself in a business. I wanted to find what I loved. This is something I really love to do. This is something I really enjoy. I love photography. I love talking. I love helping people. I love finance. I love the improvement I made in myself. I love writing my book. So now I'm trying to do it. Now I'm making that change. I wanted to be happier. I really wasn't happy in the situation I was within, with the people that were around me, or how I was treating myself. So last year I made a resolution to change that. I made a resolution to get better, to get rid of the people I didn't want around me. You know, unfortunately, it was a very difficult situation I put myself in, and I'm happier I did it. I'm glad I did it, but going through it, I was like, you know, what the fuck's going on? What's up here? Why can't I be happy? But as I worked through the change I wanted and what I knew was right, I made the change. I did what was right, and my life became better because of it. I wanted to improve myself in a career aspect. I wanted to be happier. I wanted to find my passion. And I just wanted to get up every day and love my life, and now I'm doing it. You know, I do it. Granted, there's some days it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And, you know, things happen. Life is it's a highway. You're just gonna keep going along, okay? And then it's an emotional roller coaster. You know, you're gonna keep, there's ups and downs, and it's a highway, and that you're gonna keep going on. Okay, so there's your little analogies and your metaphors. But it's important to find something that you want to do and the change you want to make. I set a time limit for myself. I said, within this year, December 31st, by December 31st, I'll make a change. Granted, it was a bit far off in a time limit, but I did it. I traveled more. I said by April I wanted to travel more. I set little goals within my goal, and I accomplished a lot of those. You know, I measured it. Well, I'm traveling more. Well, I'm happier. Well, you know, I'm meeting new people. You know, I didn't achieve this aspect. That wasn't where I wanted. You know, and jumping off point with other stuff, But I achieved all these things, so I was able to measure it and find out what I did good and what I did not do good in. I had a time limit, December 31st, obviously, to change over into the new year. That was my time limit. Should have made it better, but I had the little more specific time limits within it. Something I wanted. It wasn't that somebody else wanted me to do it. In fact, a lot of people said it was probably a dumb idea for me to drop out of school and just travel by myself and do stuff. But I wanted to do it. Otherwise, guess what? I would never have done it. If I didn't travel by myself, I didn't find what I wanted to do, I wouldn't have done it. If I listened to what people said, I wouldn't have done the things I did. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I'd still be in school going for a business degree or for a fucking law degree or something I really don't want to do. And then maybe make good money one day, but fucking hate my life. I'm not about it. I ain't gonna do it. I want to be happy. That's my goal, is to be happy. It's what I want. So, those are the goals. That's how you set up your goal and the changes that you want to make. Especially good for things like resolutions, but don't wait till the new year to make the changes you want. I understand the new year's right around the corner. So, if you're going to make a resolution, here's what you have to keep to. But even still, if it's, March 3rd, February, 26th, whatever, make the change. Don't wait till next year. Make the change now. That's how you make the changes. That's how you make the changes that improve your life. And that's how you set it. Comment below with your change that you want to make and how you're going to set it up. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next year. And next decade. Wow. Getting along.